Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a few days since I posted my last video. It's been really busy lately for me at work, and you can see like even my trophies have dropped quite a bit since the last time I posted a video. So yeah, just in short, I'm going to continue to alternate between Super Bowlers and Zap Lalo for the rest of this month, and that means we've got a Super Bowler smash for this one for you guys, and it's going to be Legends as well, like you guys already know that. So yeah, nothing's different. Like the RV link will be in the description. Here is my hero equipment as well as the pets that they're using for your own reference. The clan castle I use is actually like 2 yetis, 1 rocket balloon, 1 normal balloon, and 2 free spells with 1 skeleton spell. So I guess that's all you need to know. Let's just get to some attacks where I explain my thought process behind what weaknesses are there on the base with respect to this attack and how you can kind of exploit them and smash any base you find out there. Alright, let's go. Okay, just to show you guys that this was some footage that I have with me before I actually took my break. I'm just gonna show you guys this base, which is actually Drago. I'm sure many of you guys know, like he is a pro and he plays for the Indian team 2B. So yeah, this is the base that we have over here, and we need to find a way to kind of deal with this base now. Like it's Legend League, right? So you just need to find a solution for everything that comes up in front of you, and the weaknesses that you can spot on this base are probably like, for any box base you just need to consider 3 different approaches. If you're new here, then it's going to be like some sort of advice I guess for you guys, where basically it's like you just need to consider an approach from the far side of the base, or from the this flank of the base, or have some sort of entry going through the town hall like this. It sounds very unintuitive, but sometimes it's worth it. So like in most cases, usually it is possible to queen charge the town hall, and then you can have your bowlers join in as well. But you can very clearly see in this one, this area is so stacked with damage that it is actually even more worth it to maybe even send your bowlers if you're thinking of an approach going in from over here. So I'm just going to quickly talk over the 3 approaches I just mentioned. If you were going to approach from over here, right, you would be stuck with under the effect of this poison spell over here while you're being hit with 2 ricochet cannons, and the clan castle is going to keep freezing up as well. So the ricochet cannon is going to ping away at your smash for longer than maybe even your warden ability duration, and even after that it's like you need to find a way to somehow get your bowlers through this area of the base and somehow still reach the town hall with enough force and enough resources, honestly, in terms of like your spells and your hero abilities, to actually clear out the town hall area. So if you're going to do something like maybe like a flame flinger over here and a warden walk over here and then try to enter from over here, it's going to be very difficult. The healers are not going to be able to keep up because of the double sweeper, and as I mentioned, the ricochet cannons with the poison tower and the clan castle, just very bad timing for you. Same logic goes for the flank over here. If you were to approach from this side of the base, there's no clean access into the entire base. Like you can see all the walls are really closed, so you would need very expensive funnels to ensure that your wall breakers can actually go towards the core and actually jump through most of the base. One thing I can see which is possible is maybe a jump spell being placed like this, but that would require still like a double wall break like that. So actually no, like one wall break over here and 1 jump over here, that is also perfectly fine. It's just that you can't really reach like this area of the base, and the scatter shot is still kind of out of range. Plus you would have to sacrifice a blimp for the town hall, and you would have this entire heavy damage behind the town hall still left to deal with. Not very ideal for us. So now let's just consider the approach where we kind of have to send the smash through the town hall. I feel it's a very good approach because this poison tower which is there behind the town hall, you can easily drop like a few balloons or something up over here and easily get the poison tower out of the way. So that is one thing you can definitely take advantage of. And you can see over here, because the damage is very high, I'm not talking about a queen charge into the town hall, I'm talking about literally sending your entire smash into the town hall, because it's worth it. There's just so much value over there. You can use your bowlers right over there. You can even use your warden ability if needed in the area, because I feel that is the most heavy damage on the base, you could say, like most concentrated damage. So what we're going to do over here is, you can see I've started a warden walk to kind of funnel my bowlers in over here, and this also kind of sets me up very nicely to have a flame flinger just chip away at this area, which is kind of separated from the area that my bowlers are going towards. And I'm saying it like this because I don't want the bowlers to walk through the area that my flame flinger is going to be going through anyway, because that would just waste the value of my flame flinger, and that's something I absolutely do not want. And yeah, you can see like the warden has done his job. I'm just gonna like pull him off now, and most of my smash will be going in. You can notice I haven't deployed my queen with the smash, because I'm gonna try to use her to clear up a bit of the top side. And honestly, even if she walks off over here, it's perfectly fine, because my smash will be in closer proximity to most of the defenses over here, and they will grab the attention of all of the defenses. I do not have to worry about the queen ever taking too much of damage. She will remain safe, because once again, like, your smash is going to be just walking in front of everybody, while your queen stays safe and outside, easily funneling your bowlers to stay in a nice I would say making sure that the bowlers stay together and get healed up very nicely. So yeah, that is something which is very important to keep, like something important that you guys need to like just understand. Like, now all three of my bowlers are literally sticking together. That allows my healers to kind of like keep up with healing all of them very easily. So just now, like, I think one bowler was splitting, and so I just popped my warden ability. The town hall was going to fall down anyway, but you can see how the bowlers kind of moved through the entire area staying together. And now if they start splitting, it's perfectly fine, because if you look at the state of this base now, it's just so simple. Like, the flame flinger is handling this area of the base, my smash has already cleared this entire toxic area, and if you just have a look at what's left, especially with how I've placed a jump spell, there's no way this base is going to stop it. Like, my queen is perfectly healthy. As I was saying, she's taking no damage because the smash is doing all of it for me. And I still have my healers in the core. Even if my bowlers die right now, they're just gonna the healers are gonna probably go to my queen, at least whatever is left of them. And yeah, just have a look. My flame flinger has just bursted, but once again, there's like not much left on the base that can really threaten us right now. I still have my royal champion left to deploy, and I still have one more skeleton spell. So honestly, if I just deploy the royal champion on the multi inferno, a skeleton spell can easily get rid of everything else that's there on this base. At least tank it for me. And yeah, for bowlers, all you need is to understand where the most damage is on the base. Quickly get rid of it with your bowlers. It's even better if that area has a town hall in it. It's just perfect for you, honestly. Just go for it, no questions asked. But try to find a clean entry from there into the rest of the base. Like, you can see how the jump spell was over here, and the flame flinker, it got the maximum value it possibly could have. It was never interrupted by what my bowlers were doing, and it managed to not take any damage whatsoever. That is also very important, because I allowed it to get the maximum possible value by continuously chipping away at the base for as long as it could. So yeah, that's a triple for us. We'll move on to the next one. Alright, another good base, I would say. Usually in this Root Rider meta, you're gonna keep running into bases like these, which have like very packed town hall compartments, whether it's on a box style base or an anti-2 style base. And yeah, you're just gonna see a very good spread of defenses just like this, to ensure that like Root Riders also can't really particularly target a specific area, and yeah, the defenses will just try to overwhelm you. So we have super bowlers, luckily, so we can get a little more creative with the way we decide to approach bases. And again, you just need to figure out the weaknesses that are there on the base and areas that you want to kind of target with your bowlers. And you may need to sacrifice some heroes sometimes, like how I use my queen to kind of like funnel, but I also realize like she is going to remain safe because the smash is not going to go anywhere near her. So Now let's just have a look at this base. Like obviously I can see that if I get rid of this king somehow, this entire area is free for a flame flinger pickup. Like it's such good value, like a multi inferno, eagle, and 2 ricochet cannons, which are, it's just I if I need to absolutely get that value somehow or the other. And the only thing that's protecting it is this king, and the king is not being protected by any defenses. So there is a trick that I love to use in such situations when a hero is out there in isolation. You can just drop like some barbarians or something over here to make sure the king starts walking towards them, and then all you have to do is drop one yeti and one headhunter. That's it, the king is gone. The king is not going to be able to survive that, and that's just more than enough for you to be able to place your flame flinger over there. Now keeping this weakness in mind, remember we do not want to go anywhere near the flame flinger so it can get the maximum possible value out of its lifespan. So we want to have our bowler approach from somewhere on these sides of the base. I haven't decided yet where. I'm just trying to explain my thought process to you. Like this is how you should look at super bowlers. So now over here I can immediately see like this X-bow and this multi inferno, free grab for a warden walk. So without any further ado, like I'm literally not going to think about it anymore. In fact, I'm going to speed it up to the beginning of the attack. I'm going to do the flame flinger trick I was talking about to get rid of this area, and you can see I've even started my warden walk at the bottom. So the barbarian, the yeti, that's enough to pull the king up over there. And you can see the king is going to remain stuck on the yeti. The headhunter is helping out. He's slowed down so much that the yeti is going to survive it. And no problem for us. I'm just dropping one balloon over there to check for any possible Teslas. But yeah, that's about it for that section. So you can see now this is what we've done to set it up, right? Like I'm sure like the warden, that was very good value for a warden walk. It was short, it was quick, and I got 2 big defenses. Flame flinger, amazing job as well. But this means that because remember I'm not trying to use the flame flinger as a funneling tool, so I do not want to approach through over here. This only leaves one option, which is to approach from over here, and I can also see this is a very broad entry. So what I can do again over here is use the queen to funnel, because her unicorn is going to be her unicorn can easily keep up with any damage that's there in the area. And yeah, I think these guys will roam around for just a little bit in this compartment, but because the queen clears these outer buildings, that's so important. The bowlers are going to stick to the inner core. Now imagine if some of these buildings were left, the bowlers would kind of be roaming outside right now, and literally like my king and titan may have walked out, but my bowlers went to the core just because of what the queen managed to do, and that's more than enough for me. I don't need anything else. Just the fact that the bowlers went to the core, it's already so good for me. I think my bowlers are gonna die out over here because of the ice golem CC. It's too much of damage, but they did what they had to do. They took out the most worrisome area of the base, which was the town hall itself. They got some nice splash damage onto the scatter shots as well. But if I just zoom out over here, what's left on the base? I have all 3 of my hero abilities. I've only just now used my king ability, and yeah, as I was saying, this is the importance of leaving your flame flinger alone. Nobody else took damage from anything over here, and the flame flinger is the only one that needs to go to work in this area. That is so important. Like my heroes had to take no unnecessary damage at all because I decided not to interfere with that at all. And you can see how well this is working out. Like sure, my king did an excellent job of taking down half the core for me. I still have my royal champ ability with the spirit fox. Queen ability still intact. The unicorn will just heal her up because there's no damage on her when you decide to use her like that. Just identify those places where it's a very broad entry point and you need some funneling, like especially when the defensive power is very low on the flank like that. Just use her. It's much better than using the king. And don't worry about losing her ability if the defenses are a little bit stronger in nature. It is still worth it because as you saw, your bowlers stick together, your bowlers pack that strong punch, and they can easily gut the entire core out. So another cool triple for us. I think there were quite a few tricks in this one, and yeah, we move on to the next one. One more anti-2 style base for us. It's just the meta that's there in like mid-high legends right now, and this one is slightly more boxy. It can be more difficult. It can have like it can create really weird pathing for root riders, I would imagine. I have not tried this base out, but Yeah, once again, super bowlers for us. So just try to find those weaknesses on the base. You can see I'm trying to mostly use my flame flingers. Whenever I try to use other sieges, I give you specific reasons and why you should opt for them on some bases instead. So for now we'll stick to flame flingers just because these are some very easy anti 2-star bases. Like, they look intimidating, but once you know certain tricks, as I've explained in the previous attacks or even in my previous videos, for example, like, any base becomes simple. So again, over here, the obvious weakness is, like, if I have like my warden walk over here at the top of the base, right, this ground expo will be tanked, and that actually opens up a flame flinger to grab all of this value. It is very possible for me to even grab this other multi archer tower through some splash damage from the eagle artillery, and that is very good value for me. I don't think I can get any better value anywhere else on the base. Like, if I had to use a flame flinger on the flanks over here, I would maybe only get like the scatter shots, and yeah, I really can't get much better value anywhere else. At the most, maybe what I can do is something like a warden walk over here, a flame flinger to cut a funnel like this, and then try to enter from over here, or something of this sort on one of the sides. So yeah, like, just imagine like some sort of funnel like that. So I'm going to give you reasons as to why what I'm doing over here is better. First of all, if you do what I was talking about earlier, where you use the warden walk on one side and you would use the flame flinger on the other side, it can be any of the edges. I'm just taking this as an example. It's reason number one is because you can see there are some defenses that are touching the walls over here. What that does is, that'll actually make the flame flinger open the wall. In this case, if I drop the flame flinger over here, because when it targets the air defense, it will open this wall, and that is going to be a big problem for your bowlers, because this is a void compartment over here, and honestly, because you're warden walking on the right side of the base, you're going to have to push your troops from somewhere like over here, right? And your troops are going to end up walking like this through the base, because the flame flinger is not going to be able to funnel out this area, and that actually will cause them to kind of leak out over here. The enemy royal champion will target them, and it can just become a mess. And combined with this invis tower in the core, your troops can end up walking around for a very long time. You could end up wasting your jump spell, and it's not going to be great at all. You could easily end up with a 1-star, and you can look at this from any of the edges that I'm talking about over here. So if you look at the way I've used my warden walk and the flame flinger over here, the flame flinger is actually going to target an area where I do not plan on sending my super bowlers at all, which is what I have been doing throughout this video. You can see I'm not trying to use it to funnel. I'm not trying to even send my super bowlers in the area where my flame flinger is going. In this case, the warden and the flame flinger are starting in the same place, but you can see how it's shaping up, because I know my flame flinger is going to target this area, so my smash will be forced to come in from over here, because as usual, I do not want the bowlers to go through the area that the flame flinger is going through. And you can see how I'm doing this. I'm using my queen to funnel, but this time I want her to join with my smash. So you can see I took advantage of the fact that there's no buildings over here, and she's going to eventually join with the group. She is taking some damage, but as I'm saying, it's worth it. The bowlers will not even think about going towards this area at all now. And you can see everybody is nicely just sitting together, and they're going to move very easily through this base. And this invis tower is actually going to help us over here. Even if this invis tower had popped, my troops would just rotate like this around the base within the core, which is perfectly fine for me. No problems at all. And yeah, you can see I just popped the early ability, because it's just a lot of damage to kind of go through while those ice golems are going to freeze up on me. And yeah, the bowlers can easily get some value now. So I just froze the invis tower on this one because nobody had triggered it earlier, and no better time to freeze it, because like everybody is literally targeting the town hall. And yeah, the entire core is just gutted. Now I'm gonna pretty much sacrifice most of my smash over here. Sadly, even my healers had to go down, but what's left on the base? The flame flinger did an amazing job. The queen with her ability is gonna grab so much value as well, and RC, she has nothing left to do. Just look at her, like there's nothing that can threaten her with the spirit fox. and the flame flinger still survived all this time. Literally, as I was saying, it went all the way up to the eagle artillery, and it even damaged a multi-archer tower for us. That is the benefit of using a flame flinger, such that it independently works for the maximum possible duration that it can. It just gets so much value. Like, even if your entire smash gets sacrificed in the core, you are going to triple, because your heroes will easily carry you through the rest of the base. And yeah, that's just a triple for us. Like, there was literally no threatening defense left, maybe except for the scatter shot, but we had our entire RC left literally at full health with ability. So yeah, another triple for us, and we'll move on to one last attack for you guys for this one, and we'll call it a wrap for this one. Very interesting style of a base, I guess, for the last one in this video. You can see it's kind of like a teaser style base, but these walls are just really weird. I really don't know what style of a base to call this. I guess you can call it kind of a diamond, but it's mostly a teaser. Like, the characteristics of a teaser base is the town hall is usually at the very end, surrounded by a lot of the enemy heroes and the clan castle usually, as well as most of the heavier defenses are on the back end of the base. So you can see, like, approaching from this side, it's usually all the lighter defenses out over here, and definitely a lot of trash. These are the characteristics of a teaser base. So if you find yourself having trouble with these kind of bases, you can search for that particular term on YouTube to learn more about tackling these bases. But yeah, we've got super bowlers, and I've got a wonderful trick for you guys for any teaser base that you can find out over there. And it's going to be something as simple as just queen charge the town hall. It sounds very dangerous, because literally it's quite literally teasing you, right? To take the bait and like charge the town hall. It just seems so free. So I would agree, charging the town hall can be very dangerous when you have a normal queen charge attack, where it's something like maybe queen charge into Lalo or queen charge into hybrid or something like that. You have to be very, very careful about a lot of things when you try to execute those attacks. But we've got super bowlers over here, and our objective is to actually combine the super bowlers into the queen charge. So the queen is actually just going to kind of dive in over here to take the town hall out. And as soon as she does that, right, because the poison fades so quickly at town hall 16 now, you can pretty much immediately just drop the bowler over here. And I'll even give you a reason why. Because once the queen drops over here, right, she is going to clear this much of the base, which only leaves this very thin path for your bowlers to kind of walk in. And because the path is that thin, they are going to stick together, they're going to follow your queen, there's no doubt about it. All you need to do is just, in one way or the other, funnel out this area and funnel out this area, so the bowlers actually go in like this. And what we're going to do is, we are going to, once again, we're going to use the flame flinger. It is just such a good siege. And if you notice, once again, in this one, I'm going to drop my flame flinger over here, so it can grab value like this, most of this area, I guess. And yeah, that just makes it very easy for my queen to kind of charge in from the top over here. Notice I'm not dropping my queen from 12 o'clock, because I don't want her to grab all of these buildings. I'm going to drop her a bit off to the side, so that she leaves some buildings over here on this side, so that my bowlers can walk in. That is one more important detail. Like, I have seen some people try queen charge into bowlers, and this is one mistake I have seen people do. Do not charge the symmetric point. Charge from the side a little bit, so it leaves some buildings for your bowlers to come and join with your queen a bit later. That is a very important detail. And as a follow-up detail to that, because your bowlers are going to be coming in from the edge as well over here, and not directly like joining with your queen, you need to ensure that these buildings are gone, so that your bowlers do not walk out over here. And this is the case for any teaser base. You will need both sides of the funnel. One side of the funnel for your queen, and one side of the funnel so that your bowlers will stick with your queen when you decide to drop them. And that is where you are going to have to sacrifice your king. Your king, maybe even your royal champion. Yes, it's a big heavy investment in terms of your heroes, but it is needed just to make sure that your bowlers stick with your queen. And it is worth it, because after you charge a teaser side, look at what's left on the base. No enemy heroes to deal with, no town hall to deal with. You've already taken a bunch of heavy defenses because you're already on the teaser edge. and you will run into the clan castle very early on this base. So what's left for you? Those trash defenses I was talking about, which are just there at the bottom. You don't need any spells, you just need to ensure that your healers are kind of alive and are more or less staying on at least a few of your bowlers, if not your own heroes. And yeah, it just works out so well. So you can see the flame flinger is doing an amazing job, and I'm just following up with one archer over here. This is also something that's very important. If you don't want to time fill with bowlers, clean up after your troops a bit, find those free structures. So you can see, like, I'm just trying to follow with like literally individual archers wherever I possibly can. I've even dropped one at the bottom over here, and that's about it. Just drop the flame flinger, drop those archers, focus on your queen, nothing else is needed. And you can see over here I have decided to sacrifice both my king and my royal champion into this funnel, and it's going to work out perfectly. Like, the bowlers are just going to join up right over here. So I'm just going to zoom out once again, have a look at the funnel. The king and the royal champion have already cleared all of this, so the bowlers are going to target this air defense, and they're going to immediately join with my queen to take care of this one last ice golem. I think 2 ice golems that were there in the clan castle, and they're going to go right into this funnel. And what do you know, I can just easily jump right over there. This is going to work out perfectly for us. Just have a look. King is tanking wonderfully for the royal champion because she keeps going invisible, and there's no chance that the right flank is going to survive. So I'm just going to be a little patient with my vulnerability, popped it as late as possible right before they start splitting, like that. And the rage is so well placed that even if they start splitting, the bowlers can get some amazing value because those rage bounces can do so much damage. And you can see this has worked out so well. Everything is cleared, literally everything is cleared. We just have this one last monolith to deal with, but we have so much of force going into it, it's going to get overwhelmed. And all that's left for you at the end of the base, literally trash buildings. Not a single defense is left, and that is the beauty of queen charging the teaser side of a base with super bowlers. Yeah, so that's about it for me for this one. If you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to give me some feedback of any sort. Even if it's criticism, I would appreciate it. Like, I want to become a better content creator for you guys. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.